Good morning, lovely people. How are you all today? Just sitting here to get my wellies on. I hope you are well. Oh, it's a bit parky here today. I've just looked at the forecast, the weathery stuff. So apparently the temperature is 10, but with a feels like of 7. So in Fahrenheit, that's less than 50. It does feel really chilly. After wall-to-wall sunshine for days, the weather's gone a bit yuck. We've had rain for more than 24 hours. But this morning, I'm going to need to really secure my hair. It's windy. I hope it's not too windy for filming. This morning I woke up to the sound of the surf. The microphone on this camera just might not be able to pick it up, but yeah. So the sounds are accompanying us this morning. The surf, the tide's racing in. There's an onshore wind which is churning the waves up even more. Waking up to the sound of waves, honestly, I keep having to pinch myself. So we've got that as a background sound. I've just heard the church bells at St Mary's. They've been ringing. And what other noises have we got? Oh yes, and I keep hearing the toot of the steam train. Yeah, pinching myself. Right, so today it's a garden day because it's dry. But it's not a very nice day for gardening. I think Easter is a bit of a traditional day, weekend in the UK to sort of really start back in with gardening. So come on, let's get on. Today it's all about setting up a composting station. So as I was mentioning the other day with a new garden, it's one of those things you want to get done early doors. So, and siting is, I'm going to just talk about this here for a second because it is blustery. Siting is really important. Where are you going to put it? Now, I'm just going to have to show you, I think. Oh, let's get up. I'm going to carry you. Come on. I've got so many layers on. I feel really bulky and restricted. Now, the side return of the garden. What is going to become known as the shade garden. So I was thinking, here, it's sort of out of the way of the main garden, but this bit here is a little bit narrow. So I'm just going to go and grab my fork and show you what I'm talking about. Hold on. It's so long since I filmed in the garden. I've kind of almost forgotten how to do it. What I was saying about access to it, it's not just access from the garden. Not just access when you're in the garden, but access to empty it. So I'll have to do it left-handed to show you. If it's here and I want to get stuff out the bottom, it's a bit tight. Hear the bells? It may end up there, but for now. So the other thing to consider is how much sun is it going to get. You don't want it in too dark a corner. If it's dark and cold, that process is going to really slow down, possibly even stop completely. So we want a bit of light on it. And then here, let me bring you back a bit now. You see there's that manhole cover. So obviously I can't go there. So I think this spot next to it for now. And then I think, where are my gloves? Once I get a bit more sorted in the garden, let me just bring you up a sec. Yeah. Once I get a bit more sorted and decide, really what I want to be doing. Oh, that's the first time I've put my fork in the soil. I've got a feeling I might move it, which is not ideal. Ideally, you want to pick somewhere and stick with it. Just realised I should have you this way a bit, so we're pointing at my place rather than accidentally someone else's. Yeah, ideally you want to pick a spot and stick with it. Well, I've got quite a lot of compost to get rid of already. I'm gonna have to pick you up. It's going to be a show and tell this morning. Morning, seagulls. Hold on. That's my huge basket with clippings in. This is the bush out front. It's a horrible, horrible thing. It's spiky. It's thorny. Same difference. I'm going to try and show you some. Can you see the spikes on there? I mean, I don't do feng shui, but even so, I think a small aircraft. Even so, I think that's not a nice thing to have right by your front door. It's going to take me ages to get rid of it. Also, the trunk of it has gone behind the downpipe and is trying to push the downpipe off the wall. It is a big basket, so it needs to be gotten rid of. Let's sit in the lee of the door again. Hold on. God, I've got to work out what I'm doing. Sorry. Sorry. I suddenly feel like I'm battling too many elements. It's really gusty. I mean, I've literally had 2 weeks of still warm days that would have been perfect for filming, but I was busy indoors. Anyway, what I'm saying about that bush, it's got to go. It's blocking light, it's holding moisture against the wall, it's spiky and it's nasty, but also it's taking up really valuable growing space. I don't want that. I want flowers and edibles and things like that. So it is a gradual process. What I've done is I've done a basket full every day for the last week or so, and then generally what I've been doing in the evening, I sit in the front room and do it. I just chop it into really quite small bits. You might have spotted a bin bag just down there. That's what it is. It's a couple of days worth of choppings, and there's another one indoors. So I'm chopping it down small, and that's the idea of that, is to help it compost more quickly. As I get to the really much thicker bits, I'm going to save them, because in the shade garden I'm going to have a sort of a pile of them as a sort of a bit of habitat, insects, etc., and just let them rot down naturally. It's so windy. So yeah, by chopping them down small, it helps just speed up the composting process. We're creating more exposed areas, a larger surface area for all the lovely bacteria to get at, to nibble it, break it down. So I should just say as well, yes, I have checked for birds' nests. It's that time of year when, with shrubbery, oh sorry, my hair's going everywhere, I need a hat. Yeah, with shrubbery, it's not the ideal time to be doing anything with shrubbery, because it is nesting time, but there's no nests in there. I don't know if anything would nest in here. It's really tightly meshed together. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. So I will take this basket back indoors and do it this evening, because it is quite chilly. So I'm going to pop the camera off for a second. That area where I'm going to have the compost bin, I'm just going to dig out any of the weeds. And just to be clear in terms of weeds, a weed is a plant somewhere where you don't want it. So the Spanish bluebells, the dandelions, all of those things, they will take over a garden given a chance, and I don't want them. That's not what I want to grow. When it comes to weeding all the dandelions, I will, of course, first of all, I will harvest all their green bits. I'm going to harvest the leaves. I'll get them. Will I chop them first? I might lightly chop them, but they're going to go in the freezer, so that as I'm making soups and stews and stuff in the coming months, I can add, like you would with spinach, a lump of frozen dandelion leaves, they can go in. But yeah, I don't want to grow dandelions, and I don't want to grow Spanish bluebells. I know people think they look pretty, but, I want to grow plants that I've chosen. Oh, and just also with I need to build the compost bin. I have bought a compost bin. Of course, I looked on free cycle type places, but sort of local Facebook group and notice boards. There weren't any in the immediate area. There was one being offered. It's a village beyond Wareham, but they all say the same thing: buyer collects. And they're a bit unwieldy to manage on the bus, and then the walk from the bus stop to here, I just thought I can't manage that. So I bought one. There we go. But in thinking about siting it today, the other thing I thought about with the shade garden is, of course, I could have rhubarb just at the beginning of the shade garden. It would like some light, not too much. But anyway, that's for the shade garden's for a whole other day. I've been talking to a friend of mine who is a professional gardener. Hello, Jan. We were talking the other night, and I'm so excited. All sorts of different ideas, as well as the ferns. And obviously, one of the obvious choices is foxgloves. Yay! That's a whole nother day. Let's get on and let's clear this ground and build a compost bin. It's so cold. I'm going to need a mug of hot chocolate after this. Ooh, good excuse. Right. What don't we want? Oh, hello, Buzzy Bee. Don't want you. It's a chance for me to look at my soil too. Oh, I had a feeling that might be the case. Lumps and lumps and lumps of Purbeck stone in it. Out. It looks, just going down, not quite a fork step, it looks like shop bought compost. It doesn't look like garden soil. Oh, stone. Oh, big stone. Cool, that is a big bit. Let's have you over here so I can chat as I do. Sorry, it's a woman handling you like you're... Hold on, where are you? Are you there? I'm going to be deep in shade now, aren't I? Backlit. Yeah, I want the compost bin on the soil so that worms and the little organisms in the soil, they can get straight up and into the compost. Yay! And also any goodness that runs out of the bin. This lighting is terrible. Let's try this way. Sorry. We'll get you. I'll get. Eventually, I will find out all the different angles that work in the garden. Let me just. There we are. You can't see what I'm doing. Yes. All that goodness. Oh, is that creeping buttercup? That can come out. All the goodness in the compost bin. I'm just really mindful as well of neighbours' properties. Can just go into the soil. Great. To start with, once I've built the compost bin, when I put it down, it's come in a big cardboard box. I want a bit of the cardboard for a project indoors. It's funny, I got rid of all the house moving boxes and I suddenly thought, oh, I could do with some cardboard for a project indoors, but there we go. Yeah, I will actually, I'll actually put another sheet of cardboard underneath, just initially to suppress any weeds that might have ideas about coming up. Now, you might think, oh, Vivi, just get it plonked on there. But you're making a rod for your own back when you take shortcuts in the garden, because if you don't weed it now, or at least, let's just remember, a weed is a plant that you don't want there. If you don't clear that area thoroughly now, then you're just going to be fighting it for years to come. That's not to say nothing's ever going to come back here, of course. That's what weeds do. We have never finished weeding in the garden. We're never finished with weeding. But at least, you know, try and get as much out as you possibly can initially. Just to save yourself a bit of work further down the line. Be thorough now. You know what I think I should probably do actually is build the compost bin. And then I'll be able to see your voices. And then I'll be able to see how big it is, therefore how big an area I need to clear right now. That would be much more sensible. Right, let's build a bin. It's such a lovely mixture of sounds. The bells, the gulls, the sparrows, the waves. Come on, son, you can do it. Come on, sunshine. Right, how easy or not? I think it just clicks together. It is a plastic one, I'm afraid. It's a pair of gloves with claw fingernails. Hold on. I didn't order these. Put that in the crock. I suppose it's I suppose it's to help picking up oh my god, it's Halloween. I suppose it's to help when you're trying to sort of pick up compost. Can you see? Look, I can properly do my Nosferatu now. Look at, there isn't one on the thumb. I want a thumb claw too. Oh, that's mad. They make me feel a bit weird. Maybe I should wear them to the shops. Yeah, it's plastic. That's what I was trying to say, because I would have preferred wood. Too expensive. It's just not in my budget. And I know people are probably thinking, what about a pallet? Make it from pallets, Vivi. But it comes back to the same thing, and I think people just forget each time, so I need to mention it, is I do everything on foot. I have to carry everything. And yeah, I'm a strong lass, but I'm not carrying a pallet for a mile and then bringing it up this hill. No way, Jose. Destructions. So, oh, they're called digging gloves, so that's what I've bought. Put that in the pot for now too. It was £40. That's in budget for me. Just looking at the instructions. Firstly, let's identify what we've got. Well, I know what that is. That's the door for getting to go in the bottom for getting stuff out. That's the lid, and it looks like, oh yeah, it's hinged. It's hinged along that edge. In other words, it won't, so it shouldn't blow away. That's obviously the front. That's the two sides. That's the back. Right, let me tip you down so you can see what I'm up to. I did, oopla. Hold on a sec. Yeah, it was really blowy the other evening, and the other night, quite a hooly storm. And I was chuckling the next morning because it's just supposed to slot in. Are you going to slot or not? Doesn't want to do it. Is it upside down? That's the right way up. Yeah, I was chuckling because on the local Facebook group there were notices for people asking for their bins and things back. I don't know, let's put it down and then I can jam it in. Yeah, the one that made me laugh was someone's got a massive big green bag type thing, a tarpaulin bag. Has anyone on Priest's Way, cow pasture lane seen a big green bag? I'm going to move you back a bit. Oh. Let's move you back and then hopefully you can get a better idea of how easy or not this is. Jam it real good. Do. Oh no, copyright. Who needs a mallet? Oh, I can't tell you how good it feels to be thinking about and doing these sorts of things again, to have my wellies on again. I hope at some point I'll be gardening in my bare feet or flip-flops. Instructions, Vivi, instructions. The hand, okay, so that goes at the top. Slots down. It's looking like a compost bin, isn't it? And then the top. Okay, so line it up and slap it forward, is it? Go on, Gil. Good slap. Or is it a slot? Is it a slap or a slot? What's it got to go in? Oh, I see. Oh, I don't want to go. Can't get any pointers on it. I could do with a soft mallet to wallop it. It wants walloping in. It's that's got to go down into there, but got a bit of Purbeck stone. There we go. Jobs are good. This piece of Purbeck stone, it's a very special piece. It came from my grandparents' garden up in Langton-Wetravers, their garden called Green Acres, when they were self-sufficient. I've been carrying this piece of stone around with me for years and years, for decades and decades. It's travelled with me wherever I go. And little did I know that one day I really would be bringing it home. Okay, so, well, that was dead easy, wasn't it? There's no brand affiliation, I'm not advertising, it's called Crystals. I'm just saying that because if there are those of you out there, oh, okay, so it kind of snaps shut too, that's good. Oh, it snaps shut, but, oh, there we go. Yeah, that's quite firmly on in case of wind. Yeah, just letting you know, because you might think, actually, I'm not a very good builder, I'm not a confident builder, whatever, so you want a ready-made one. And I think that's a little, that's nifty, little slot there to hang the door on for access from the bottom. In my experience, when I'm actually accessing my compost, hold on, not so easy. Why don't you want to go in? Oh, Gordon Bennett. Yeah, my experience, I just take the whole bin off. But yeah, easy, quick. Right, I'm going to finish clearing the site for it, cut some cardboard out for that area, and then let's pop it in its place. I did a spot down that end in the border, in the bed, the only bed. I did spot some cosmos coming up. Yay, I love cosmos, they're so cheerful. So when I'm down that end, I will be weeding with my hori knife, which, if you're new to my channel, so much stone is, it's sort of like a trowel, but it's long and slim and pointy, and it's wonderful, and they are fantastically expensive, but mine was a gift from the lovely Jackie. So yeah, I will be going much more gently at that end, but no need to be gentle here because it's all coming out. Oh, probably another rock. I might have to have a rockery too. It might be that I can, all these bits, I mean, it's such beautiful stone, obviously it needs cleaning, but it might be that I use them for edging, who knows. But put it this way, I don't mind when it's perfect stone coming out of my beds. Yeah, this looks like it's been covered with a sort of garden centre shop bought compost. It's lovely. Oh, that's an almighty, oh, bricks as well as rocks. Oh, the joy of discovering a new garden. I'm going to pile them up here for now behind the manhole because nothing is going to go by the manhole. Also, up in the shady area, I can see there's tons of cosmos. It's probably going to be your bog standard, what's it called, Lucifer, the very red one. I don't mind cosmos, but I don't want that much of it. So again, this is the great thing about now being on the local Facebook group. If a toy, hold on, treasure, a toy skateboard. Yeah, because I'm on the local Facebook group now, when I do take some of it up, I will of course be able to offer it locally, you know, 125 Crocosmia. Did I say cosmos? I meant to say Crocosmia. Yeah, 125 Crocosmia corms going free. Would anyone like? And actually, by doing that as well, it gives me the chance to connect with other growers in the area, which will be nice. Yeah, every little pesky one of these bulbs. The bluebells I'm talking about. Getting there, right. Let's chat Vivi, more work. Oh, I haven't said that in a garden for a long time, goodness me. The great thing about doing these first jobs like this So just weeding this one small area is, of course, it gives one a chance to sort of just begin to get to know one's soil. I'm not suggesting that you can know your soil in, just a few minutes. But yeah, getting your hands right into it. It all feels, that's a bit of old ivy root, I think. Yeah, it feels quite loamy because, like I said, I think there's a ton of shop-bought compost in here. But in actual fact, sort of remembering from my grandparents' gardens, both here in Swanage and up at Green Acres and Langton, it's clay on top of chalk. So it can be quite claggy. Well, look, I had years of clay in London, didn't I? I'm kind of, I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I'm very experienced grower on clay. Cool, what are you? Oh, more ivy root. That's ivy root. But yeah, so if you've got a brand new garden, when you're doing these initial jobs of, your setup with your compost, or the initial job of just weeding the obvious weeds, I'm not going to weed I'm only going to weed obvious weeds because there might be lovely things in here to come up. But yeah, these initial jobs, take your time and use them as an opportunity to start to know your soil. Big rock. And yeah, know your soil and know your rocks. That is a big one. That is a big, big rock. How do I get under it? Oh lordy, look at the size of that. Can you see that? Gordon Bennett. No, I'm going to have to get right over there to get purchase on that to get it out. But in any case, I think I've come far enough for the compost bin. Yeah, I'm going to have to actually stand in the bed to get at that. Cool. It was a big old lump. It's huge. That wouldn't be from wall, that's from building. That's dressed stone. You can see how it's been dressed. Oh, should I say, carved to slot into one of the building walls. There are no stones missing. Maybe it was just a discard. Anyway, I'll clean it up and use it for something else. Right, but, sorry. We're ready for the first installation. Oh, I have to pick it up. It's not too heavy. Just awkward. Not right up against the wall. That'll do. A space at the front. There we go. It's a snug fit. Good stuff. We're off. We're off. We're up and running. If you've got a oh, that's not straight. Can't live with not straight. Once the compost bin is in place, then yeah, let work begin. And I've already got stuff to put in it. So all of this, everything I've just weeded, what I'll do now is everything that's green, and it's got no seed heads on it, I'll chop off the green, that can go in the compost. But any of the bluebell bulb roots, no. They're not going in the compost. The idea is to eradicate them. Oh, good stuff. I'm back in the gardening game. Yay! Well, right. That was just the first little tiny thing. I keep getting distracted by the view over the bay. I can see right to the far side of the bay. It's about 2 miles away. And even from here, I can see massive waves crashing on the beach. And I just want to go to the beach right now. So I think what I'll do is I will do a couple of hours of weeding and then reward myself by going down to the beach. I think there's a couple more hours before high tide. Yeah, or maybe I'll just go to the beach now and do the weeding later. Naughty. So, I've mentioned this a couple of times now. Look, this year, it's not about getting the garden massively going. It's about learning about the garden. How does the light fall? All of those kind of things that I mentioned in that previous video. But also it's about getting rid of what I don't want. So the paving, I've just seen there's a poppy trying to come up in the patio paving. All this grass, let's get it out and get it gone before it seeds. And then in the border, the little cosmos, having cosmos and crocosmia. I know that I'm going to say the wrong one for the wrong one. Just adapt. Hear the one that I mean. I think the weeding of the bed will be, I don't want to jinx myself, it will be relatively straightforward, fairly quick to do it in a weekend probably, just going by getting the compost area cleared, at least down this end. I'm not sure about in the shade garden. That's probably more compact. I don't think it's had anything done for years, but anyway, that's not too bad. It's this patio, it's going to be hours and hours, and it's going to be a bit back-breaking because it's down there. But yeah, there's no way to do it but just get in with that knife and get this grass out. I know a few people mentioned power washing. I'm not going to power wash it because where there are little areas of moss, it's beautiful. Down there, it's a little micro ecosystem, and I don't want to blast it to smithereens with a power washer. For the last week or so, I've been spotting, and I think it's the same one each day, a blackbird, beautiful male blackbird, hopping around between all the cracks in the patio, pecking away, obviously getting food. So yeah, it's a little micro environment down there, and I don't want to blast it away. I want to keep my moss. I just want to get rid of the grass because that's going to invade and take over. Right, I'm going to shut up now. It's so good to be back gardening. It's been too long. All right, lovelies, until next time, I'm going to say cheerio to all of you, but I'm going to sit here for a few minutes and just do a little tiny bit more weeding, but listen to those waves. I love it. So then, until the next time, please look after yourselves. Get on with your weeding if you've got some to do. I know it's a pain, isn't it? It's boring, but it's the same as chopping all that bush for compost. Yes, it's boring, but use it as quiet time. Use it as a meditation. Just do it almost without thinking about it, and instead think about how the air feels on your skin, or think about all the different sounds. I've just heard the steam train again. It's distant. It's not at the station. I can hear it in the far distance. But yeah, use it as a meditation. All right, I'm waffling. I'm going. Until the next one, cheerio, lovelies.